Nom nom.
Any questions?
And
Yes, that is your hand. Very good.
Psychotic yet cute King Shark from Suicide Squad 2021 explained in detail. When the new Suicide Squad movie was first announced, we hoped that King Shark would be introduced into the ranks, and it looks like our prayers have been answered.
Shark wants you gone.
James Gunn is the director this time, and the Guardians of the Galaxy maker is leaving no stone unturned in promoting his new venture. The excitement in people regarding this film is evident, and the introduction of King Shark only adds to this.
I'll do it again for you, my love.
The psychotic but adorable fish villain is one of the highlights of the show, and it is not much of a surprise for us because this is a director who loves having cute, lovable, but fierce characters on board. You surely remember the antics of Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy. The general plot remains the same, as the team of notorious villains has to save the world once again.
Well, that's kind of our thing.
With their uncanny superpowers, they must obey orders or risk being blown up. The rumor mill suggests that some of the main characters will die in the movie. While we won't speculate on who gets killed, we are particularly intrigued with the character of King Shark. In this video, let us dive deep into the history of this character and give you the details of this bizarre tropical threat. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
That is the king shark!
I'm hungry for a fish fry.
The origin story. You must have wondered how such a beefed-up shark humanoid came into existence. For that, you have to dive deep into the cellars of DC Comics. There are multiple origin stories and several versions of King Shark, but his best one states that his father was the shark god of the Pacific, Kondraka, while his mother was a native human, explaining his appearance to some extent. While we mainly know him in his great white shark avatar, he was also depicted as Hammerhead Shark, though that is a lesser used design. The villain was created by Carl Kessel and first appeared in the Superboy comics as a creature called Nanai. It was shown to be in prison in Hawaii, and a group of thugs freed him from the jail to use him in their plans. However, the shark monster killed them all and went ahead to meet his mother. His mother had a rather strange affection towards him and even fed him her hand in the absence of any food. What started as a cameo appearance soon to turn into a regular feature in DC Comics, and more aspects of King Shark were revealed with time.
Be forced to shank you in the showers, and you know I don't want to do that. I like being cool, boss.
We get to know that he was imprisoned because it was thought that Nanai was responsible for the strange disappearances and deaths in the region. His family helped him to eat the kidnapped persons, and Sam Makoa, Superboy's would-be ally, was the one to put him in jail. Sam later admitted that it required a special bit of luck alongside the heavy weaponry to bring him in. There are, however, some other interesting theories regarding his origin. One such tale suggests that he is a wild man from the wildlands, while some story arcs from the Aquaman comics hint that this part human, part shark demigod fought in his father's name and even had some of his powers.
Get back here, orange sickle.
King Shark's history with DC. King Shark was introduced way back in 1994 and was loved by the fans as a tough opponent to Superboy. He later appeared multiple times in The Flash and also in the Harley Quinn and DC Superhero Girls animated serials.
Dinner. Yes, you can be my dinner instead.
In fact, much of the popularity of this character is because of the diverse platforms he has been on. He is also a DLC character in DC Superheroes Dawn of Injustice, and we still remember the mystical water blast that he shot at his opponents. You will also see him in the animated Batman Arkham Universe film titled Batman Assault on Arkham, but this version shows him as a large human with some mutated features, including a metal mask that bolsters his biting ability. He even appears in the animated film titled Justice League Dark: Apocalypse War.
Sir.
King Shark is a shark.
In this case, he helps the Justice League as they try to defeat Darkseid. Another notable King Shark appearance was during the Joker's Last Laugh riot with Orca. There are times when he is shown to be more talkative, but somehow the silence and grunts have stayed with us. After all, this character could mesmerize us with mere expressions and brute strength. DC even gave the King Shark a kid to flesh him out more. This kid was his own biological son and had a mixture of shark and human traits just like him. They named him Kid Shark, and he was a strange aquatic creature that was briefly seen in action. The powers of King Shark. To be a prominent DC villain, he has to have special powers. King Shark is indeed a formidable enemy. He was portrayed as a giant of a villain, towering over 7 feet and muscular like the Hulk. He had razor-sharp teeth and claws that could rip his enemies to shreds. The smell of blood gets him all riled up, and his constant hunger sometimes gets the better of his control. His supreme strength as a demigod was combined with crazy durability. While he does feel pain, he keeps coming back to fight. His regenerative abilities were also impressive and helped him survive after the explosive belt attached to him was detonated. Another interesting power of the King Shark was his ability to use sonar detection that heightens his senses. King Shark could call out to his shark cousins, although he didn't have the power to control them. It is no surprise that due to his shark nature, he was as effective underwater as he was on land.
Sorry, King.
Sorry about that.
Oh, they're learning. Baby steps. Right, Harley? I will kill each and every one of you with my bare...
How he was inducted into the Suicide Squad. As we already mentioned, King Shark becomes a regular DC Comics villain, and his stint with Superboy in Hawaii established his powerful status. It wasn't long before he was inducted into the Suicide Squad. His incredible strength and speed made him a potent member of Task Force X, and he was strapped with a bomb belt that would explode if he tried anything fishy. He was now forced to work with the same people who imprisoned him earlier.
Now, fellas, look, I know it's just in fun, but what the fuck did I tell you about that world?
However, he was quite a handful to control, and the team had to excuse his habit of eating the less important team members. Amanda Waller was keen to use his impressive powers while fighting the Silicone Dragons, and even his behavioral shortcomings didn't stop her from recruiting him into the Suicide Squad. He proved to be pretty effective, and when Sidearm betrayed the squad, he killed him instantly. In another instance, he took a bite out of his teammate Yo-Yo, which thankfully didn't kill him. He was a great asset to the team and remained one of the mainstay characters ever since they got him on board. On one occasion, he did try to escape and his explosive belt was detonated. But shark demigods don't just blow up like your average shark, and he was back in action pretty soon. Besides working with the Suicide Squad, he was also a consistent member of the Secret Six, who were a powerful group of villains. They had him on board to make use of his vicious assaults.
We've got a freaking kaiju up in this shit!
Why he is a great white shark in Suicide Squad. When Suicide Squad was being made back in 2016, King Shark was under consideration to be a member. However, that implied a lot more CGI to visually portray him properly, and director David Ayer decided to go with Killer Croc instead. This time around, James Gunn has introduced the character, but it is a great white and not a hammerhead. The director explained later that he considered making King Shark a hammerhead, but it would have been very difficult to shoot the scenes that involved him looking at other people. The odd placement of the eyes would be pretty confusing as to where the other people would be placed. Changes from the comic book are somewhat daring because there are times when the fans don't take it all too well. However, with a craze for the upcoming movie, it is safe to say that the decision paid off. Future appearances. We cannot wait to see him on the big screen in the Suicide Squad, where he is all set to appear in his original great white shark aesthetic. The character will be voiced by Sylvester Stallone, and we know it already that the powerful beefy shark will pack quite a punch with his humorous lines amidst all the action.
Stop me, Flash. First I'll kill you, then I'll kill them.
However, the movie is not the only platform where you will get to see him in action. The game titled Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is all set to release in 2022, and you will see him as one of the crucial characters in the game. From what we have seen, the King Shark version will have him covered in tattoos and wearing a tank top splattered with blood. Clearly, the video game version will differ from the usual shirtless and slick visuals that we are used to. WWE star Samoa Joe will be the voice actor for the game, and we feel he would be the perfect fit for the rugged version of our villain. The game will be a continuation of the Batman Arkham series, but won't feature Batman as the protagonist. Instead, you will get to play as Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, Harley Quinn, and King Shark. What we gathered from the trailer is that Brainiac invades Earth and the Justice League is brainwashed. The Suicide Squad must act as the government task force that takes on the forces of Brainiac and the mind-controlled superheroes. We are eagerly waiting to get our hands on this action-adventure shooter featuring our favorite King Shark.
Captain Boomerang is a boomerang, you fuckknuckle.
It's been an honor to fight by your side.
Are you shitting me?
Our final words. We all love a wacky character that allows a few laughs during the tense, action-packed moments in the films. It simply doesn't get any better than King Shark, the gigantic mutant who has an insatiable thirst for blood. He doesn't speak much, but his powerful bite does most of the talking for him. This shark man keeps finding his way into trouble, and we think he is the perfect addition to the flawed but perfect team of the Suicide Squad. In the times to come, King Shark might just hold the same place that Groot enjoys in Marvel movies, and wouldn't that be awesome? And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.
If we find out you have personalized license plates, you die.
What? No.